Simon, was it the Champions League disaster that finally pushed Lionel Messi to want to leave?
Hi, Jeannie. Certainly, it played a part in it, and the reason why Lionel Messi wants to leave isn't just that defeat, but it's simply a lack of unity on the vision that Football Club Barcelona now has, and that's something that's been brewing for quite a few years, actually. A lot of people say that Lionel Messi almost makes all the decisions at Barcelona, but if we look at the track record and what he's actually asked the club to do, and of course, it seems a little bit strange that a player is the one who dictates the club, but here we need to put, of course, in context, Lionel Messi, who's almost carried Barcelona over the 2 decades since his debut in 2004, as you mentioned. So he is almost bigger than the club. We almost associate Barcelona with Lionel Messi now, and it just goes to show the importance he has. But he was unhappy when Valverde left the club. He was unhappy when Neymar left the club, and he also acted or milited very strongly for Neymar to come back, something that didn't happen. He didn't want Antoine Griezmann's transfer from Atletico Madrid, something that did happen. So it's a lot of internal politics at Barcelona, which has really come to rot the club, which has forced a Messi who, is thought of never leaving Barcelona before this to finally leaving. But as I say, it has been brewing over the last couple of years, and Quique Setien's abysmal tenure as manager this season really put a cap on that and has seemingly convinced Lionel Messi's beliefs that now he needs a change.
But this is a major decision. Messi has been such a big part of Barcelona. I think he started when he was something like 13 years old, just a baby. Can one really imagine the club without him?
Well, I think for the generation that has grown up with him, then certainly no. And that comes back to the fact that I was saying that Lionel Messi is almost bigger than Barcelona then. But of course, to the older generations, you think of Cruyff, Rijkaard, or Koeman himself, who's now going to take over the club and manage it. So there are great players before. There will be great players after Barcelona. When we think about Messi, the fact that and his release clause that you were mentioning before, there's also the legal aspect and the financial aspect that give it big question marks as to whether or not he will leave. This 700 million euro release clause, which Barcelona are quite confident that Messi will not be able to legally challenge in the courts, because that deadline for informing the club that he wanted to leave was on June 10th. That deadline has now passed by over 2 months. So technically, he isn't allowed to leave on a free transfer. And if a club has to pay 700 million euros, and there's very few teams in the world who will be able to afford that. Manchester City is one of them, a reunification perhaps with Pep Guardiola there. Paris Saint-Germain, of course, who dearly and badly want a player who can get them that final step and winning the Champions League after they lost to Bayern Munich in this year's final. And of course, some of the other rich clubs around the world, the name of Manchester United's been thrown out there, and Inter Milan in Italy, with potentially a reunification with Cristiano Ronaldo, with the two best players in the last 15 years coming head-to-head once again. But certainly there is the possibility that he will have to see out his contract, because Barcelona might want to, play tough here and not allow a transfer, because it also shows that Barcelona, it would be the end of an era with Luis Suarez supposedly on his way out as well. And it is something that perhaps would show weakness, and players who are coming in. Barcelona is going through a massive rebuilding process after that 8-2 defeat to Bayern Munich, which again you mentioned. And players wanting to come to the club want to play with Lionel Messi. Who doesn't? 6-time Ballon d'Or, led Argentina to some of their best results ever. So certainly very interesting. And with the information we have now, we're just going to have to wait and see what else comes out, particularly that legal battle.